Game number 6 of the World Series between the Los Angeles Dodgers and the Toronto Blue Jays. The series returns to the Rogers Centre in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Can the Blue Jays close it out? I'm surprised we've gotten here, but we have. I thought personally the series was over after the Jays couldn't win in 18 innings. They found a way, though, to win games 4 and 5. Here we are. Can they get it done in 6? Folks, before we get into the video, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below for more content here on Greedo Plays. Again, this could be the final day of the MLB season, so if it is, thank you guys for watching every single day, and we'll be back in late March for opening day 2026. If it's not, of course, we'll see you tomorrow morning for game number 7. But again, all other stuff on the channel, folks. Daily NBA best bets, every single day on the channel, along with, starting on Monday, daily college basketball best bets every single day until March and through March Madness. Our college basketball best bets start on Monday, so you're not going to want to miss that. Again, daily NBA best bets, those two are going to be running every single day on the channel. And throughout the rest of the college football and NFL season, weekly college football, NFL best bets, and predictions. Also on Greedo Plays MMA this week, our UFC Fight Night Garcia versus Onama. Full card predictions, so you're not going to want to miss that over there, again, on Greedo Plays MMA. That link is in the description down below. So, potential final game of the MLB season on Halloween. We'll see if we will get to some November baseball tomorrow. 3 best bets. We're going to go player prop. Going to have a bet in there, too. I'll leave... We'll see. I'll show you. I'm not going to give it away right now. And then obviously the money line pick / run line pick. We'll get to that at the very end of the video. So we're kicking things off with Vladimir Guerrero again. Okay, guys, I know this is just kind of an everyday play. Why wouldn't I? I mean, guys, we bet on him last game, and he did this the second pitch he saw, the third total pitch of the game. Guerrero goes yard off of Blake Snell, and I love Jessica Mendoza's reaction to it. Okay, Joe Davis was already fuming in the booth that he didn't get to, start glazing the Dodgers in the first inning. Watch ESPN, by the way, shout out to ESPN for being money hungry and pulling their networks off of YouTube TV. But anyways, ESPN releases the video portion, essentially, a video of their radio booth calling the game. And I'll be honest, I don't know who the play-by-play guy is. But anyways, he's given a very normal reaction, and it's a good call. And you can see Jessica Mendoza on the call, she just doesn't say a word, and she goes, as soon as, I think that was Schneider's home run, but regardless, Guerrero hits one right after, and I just found it so hilarious. ESPN was fuming that Schneider and Guerrero went back-to-back, but regardless, you could have not asked for a better start to game number 5 of the World Series for the Blue Jays than what they got out of Schneider and Guerrero. Absurd stuff. Back-to-back against Schneider, first pitch he sees, takes Snell yard. Guerrero, first pitch or second pitch he sees, takes Snell deep. It was that tone we said the Jays needed to set, and the fact that Toronto is just built different. They go out there and they beat up on Blake Snell, and again, we will not see Trey Savage for the rest of 2025. Obviously, you won't be back to pitch on Saturday, potentially, if we get there. But what a rookie year for Trey Savage, and what a postseason for Trey Savage. I can almost guarantee you Trey Savage has basically earned his own verse in a Drake song in his rookie season. Guys, Trey Savage is getting shout-outs from Champagne, what's his official? It's Champagne Poppy, is it not? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. He is getting shout-outs from Champagne Poppy on Instagram. The Sixth God Drake. Yep. Trey Savage is already on that level. It's unbelievable stuff. I mean, you know how Kawhi kept getting all those verses after the Raptors won? I'm so serious, that's going to be Trey Savage. It's insane. But Savage against the Los Angeles Dodgers, 12 strikeouts, absurd stuff, only gives up 1 run, the Kike Hernandez, postseason fake home run that he always hits. I don't know how that guy continues to show up in big moments like that. But regardless, 6-1 victory for the Blue Jays. And we're going to go Vladimir Guerrero. Again, I'm going to talk about everything else in a second, about, runs and whatnot and spots in this game. Right now, we're talking about Vladimir Guerrero Jr. I mean, it's a rinse and repeat every single night. I mean, why wouldn't I keep, picking Vladimir Guerrero Jr. every single game? Back-to-back home runs in back-to-back games. Tuesday, home run. Wednesday, home run. 2 hits in game 3, the marathon game. I mean, he's passed this line. He's gone over the 1.5 total base mark in every game but one this season. In this World Series. Other than game 2, where they lost to, and I know, Yoshinobu Yamamoto, Guerrero has gone over. So this is the big test, essentially, tonight for the Blue Jays. And guys, there's a reason the Jays are a minus 235 favorite to win the World Series, or minus 240 favorite to win the World Series. It's because the books really aren't expecting them to win tonight. The game that the Jays are really expected to win is Game 7. Because Dodgers are going to unload everyone tonight. You could potentially see, I think there's a chance, they haven't said this, I think Glasnow might pitch tonight. If Yamamoto gets in trouble, I think they might go to Glasnow because they're not saying it. Ohtani can start Game 7 if they need to. Absolutely, Ohtani can make that start. So, I'm just putting that out there. Like, that is a very real possibility. Regardless, though, I look at this spot, and I'm like, okay, yeah, Yamamoto, again, should be dominant here, but the books are expecting the Jays to win, I think, Game 7 in a game that they're probably going to be favored in. They haven't been favored in a game all World Series long, and I know Game 7 is likely Max Scherzer going against either, obviously, Glasnow or Ohtani, but I believe that's the game Vegas expects the Jays to win. Now, we will get to a winner at the end of the video. Guerrero versus Yamamoto, I get it. You know, Yoshinobu's been great. He's been locked down. He's been shut down, and the guy's gotten back-to-back complete games. But what we said earlier in the season, the postseason, early in the World Series, about Blake Snell and how it comes into play with Yoshinobu Yamamoto. Guys, the reason why I liked the Jays, at least I think we took the over. We took the over in game number 1. Was because I straight up said, and I'm pretty sure I took the Dodgers in game 1. I'm fairly certain I did. No, I know I took the Dodgers in game 1. But the main reason why I took the over was how many games in a row is Snell going to be good? And at the time when I made that video, the over was at plus money, and I thought it was going to be Kevin Gausman going game 1, full transparency. Right? I recorded that video a little bit early. I know a lot of people commented, oh, it's Trey Savage. Yeah, I just recorded the video early, and I thought it was going to be Gausman. So that was my first assumption I got wrong in that video. But regardless, right, I said over's probably going to hit. I think the Dodgers probably win. Snell gives up some runs, but Gausman's just going to give up more. Okay, that's why I picked the Dodgers. Anyways, Jays win the game, but I took the over because I was like, eventually teams are going to pick up on Snell, and that's why I think the Jays are just different. I just worried about Gausman at the time. Okay, Jays actually deliver. Exactly what I thought was going to happen. The over hits. The final winner that I predicted in game 1 didn't hit, but the Jays dominated Snell, not entirely like I thought. I didn't know if it was going to be domination, but I thought they were going to get to him. And then, obviously, yesterday, 2 days ago, we took Jays plus 1.5. I was like, well, they've already done it once against Snell. Why wouldn't they do it again? And I know, again, they played both games 4 and 5 without George Springer. And yet, here we are. They win back to back, and now you get Springer back. So, Yamamoto, why I mentioned that about Blake Snell, about, oh, well, eventually he's going to have an off night. Eventually he's going to slip up. The reason I mentioned that is because you look at Yamamoto and how good Yamamoto has been. You can only be this locked down and this shut down for oh so long. Yamamoto's been excellent in the playoffs. 1.57 ERA. The only game he's struggled its entire playoffs is actually against the Philadelphia Phillies. The one game the Phillies won against the Dodgers in game number 3, pushing that 1-4. And obviously where Orion Kerkering misses home plate on a throw, but it's okay. Yamamoto, the only game he struggles was game 3 against Philadelphia. 4 innings, 6 hits, 3 runs. And they chased him out again after the 4th inning. And it all started again with a big Kyle Schwarber home run. Every other start he's been dominant. 6 2/3 against the Reds, gave up 0 runs. The 2 runs he gave up were unearned. Brewers, 9 complete innings. Gave up a home run the first inning to Jackson Chourio and then dominated from there. Blue Jays start, obviously gave up 1 run early and then dominated, finished the entire game. Gave up his 1 run when George Springer scored on an Alejandro Kirk sac fly. Again, though, you can only be so good for so long, and eventually a team's going to figure you out. Cincinnati, Philadelphia, Milwaukee never got that second opportunity against Yamamoto. The Jays do. That's where they're going to be so much better, believe you me, and the biggest reason they will be better is because of this man right here, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. I don't think it's in the first at-bat. Second time up, I think he takes him yard. I'm just going to say that now. I'm just going to say that now. So I'm going to go Vladimir Guerrero Jr. over 1.5 total bases. He has been lights out, and he's been automatic for us this playoffs, not just the World Series, the entire playoffs. Vladdy's been the guy in October. Let's keep it going. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. over 1.5 total bases, plus 110 here against Yoshinobu Yamamoto and the Los Angeles Dodgers. On to our second best bet of the video. For the first time in the World Series, give me the Nerfy. I know I've been very hesitant on taking this because I know what each team has at the top of their lineup. Obviously, Shohei Ohtani, Freddie Freeman, Will Smith, George Springer, Vladimir Guerrero, Bo Bichette. Okay, that's why I've been very hesitant on taking the Nerfy. I believe this is the best spot to do so. And while this might be the biggest, the most favorite odds I give you in this video at -140, I actually believe this is the third most likely to hit out of everything I present in this video. I like it. I don't like it more than the other two. So I'm going to put that out there right now. But when we do just look at a first inning here, I mean, Gausman was very good in game 2. Yoshinobu Yamamoto was very good in game number 2. Right? Yamamoto doesn't give up a run until the third. That's the only run he gives up. Gausman gives up 1 run in the first inning, which again, Nerfy doesn't clear in that first game because Will Smith brings in Freddie Freeman after Freeman doubled. Gausman got Ohtani, got Mookie Betts. Freeman gets on with the double, and Will Smith immediately bumps him in. And then obviously Gausman gave up runs later in the start. But regardless of that, Nerfy doesn't cash in game 2. I get that. Nerfy didn't cash in game number 5, obviously with Schneider and Guerrero going back-to-back to lead off the game. I completely understand that. I think it's going to hit tonight, though. I mean, I look at the starting pitching tonight. Again, Yoshinobu versus Kevin Gausman. There's not a better matchup you'd rather have than potentially Trey Savage. I think Savage would be the one guy you're like, all right, Nerfy should be completely clear here. I think we see a little bit of a replica of game 2, honestly. And I'll kind of break down in a second, like, how I envision game 6 going. At least early, I think it's going to look like game 2. And I think this game's going to be dependent on which team breaks through and which team not just gets one, because I don't really care who hits the first solo home run. Like, even in game 1, when Schneider hit the home run, I'm like, oh, that's great. And I know we only had like a minute to process this before Guerrero went yard. But when Schneider went yard, I was like, oh, that's cool. But 1 run's not going to do it. Little did we know actually 2 was going to do it. And then Guerrero went yard, and you're thinking, okay, now the pressure's on. So it's going to be whoever can deliver that first multi-run inning, I believe. The solo home run in this game, I don't believe is going to kill you. Multiple run innings, though, are going to. I do believe that's going to be the Jays. I'll say that right now. But in terms of a Nerfy, I don't think anything is going to happen in the first. I believe the Jays are going to get to Yamamoto late. I'll say that now, and, we'll get into the money line prediction in a second. I don't think Yamamoto is going to throw 16, innings of 1-run baseball against this team, okay? The Jays are just too good. This lineup is too good to get beat by the same guy like that in that fashion, right? Not to say Yamamoto can't win the game for the Dodgers. I'm just saying I don't think he can be dominant in another start like he was in game number 2, just because the lineup he's throwing against is just, it's too good. He can't do that against them. First inning, though, yeah, I think he can get by. It's when he sees Springer for the second time, when he sees Guerrero for the second time, hell, when he sees Bichette, Kirk, Lucas, that second time around, Barger, now that's where it gets dangerous. Ernie Clement, now that's where that gets tough, right? First time around, or at least early in the game, I think Yoshinobu gets out of a jam. I don't know if the Jays are going to bat Springer leadoff. I mean, Springer is going to be back. He was, they had him, thinking about pinch hitting in game number 5. They didn't need him, and there was never really a spot to get Springer in, so they didn't pinch hit him, and that's fine. But, if they needed Springer, I think late in that game, he would have definitely given it a go. Kind of like how Harrison Bader for the Phillies, when he was injured with the hamstring, he still pinch hit late in those games. I think it was game 2 against the Dodgers. It was just a pinch hit basis. If we need Harrison Bader, we can bring him in. I believe that was the same exact thing, I believe, for George Springer and the Blue Jays in game number 5. They didn't need Springer, obviously, and there was never an opportunity for him to get into the baseball game, but he's going to play tonight. I can expect him to DH. I don't think you want him playing the field with all these injuries he has. So where do you bat him? You got to probably bat him in the leadoff spot still, right? I mean, David Schneider obviously not going to be in the lineup. He was just in there to face the lefty. And Blake Snell, obviously you're going to see Lucas in there. You're still going to see that plethora of lefties in the lineups, obviously with Lucas. Varsho hits every single night, but, Barger at the bottom of the lineup. You're going to hopefully see Bo Bichette starting, I assume, over IKF. I know IKF gave them a big hit for an insurance run in game number 5, but one can assume that will be Bo Bichette starting at second base instead of Isaiah Kiner-Falefa tonight, which is the right move. Now, again, in terms of a Nerfy, I think it's going to take a little bit of time for the Jays to finally get to Yamamoto, but I'm telling you right now, once they get to Yamamoto, he's going to be in hell. He's going to be in so much pressure, because I believe when the Jays finally time him up, it is going to be all night long. Flip side, Kevin Gausman against the Dodgers. This lineup right now is atrocious. I mean, Dodgers fans are bitching and complaining on Twitter about how, we need Yoshinobu Yamamoto to throw a straight shutout, and that's maybe we'll have a chance then. I mean, wow, your fan base has it so difficult, don't you? But it is fair to a sense, like, they can't hit the ball right now. And they couldn't in 9 straight innings and extra innings. Obviously, the Jays couldn't either. And then you get into game 4, Jays win it. And in game 5, I mean, it's horrible at the plate. I mean, game 4, they scored 2 runs. Game 5, Dodgers just score 1. And obviously, it's the Kike solo shot. In game number 5, the Dodgers have 4 total hits. Hernandez obviously has the home run. Teo has 2. He's been very good all postseason long. And Will Smith had 1. Shohei goes 0 for 4 after breaking a MLB record, or tying an MLB record and breaking an MLB postseason record for most times on base with 9. And sure, he was intentionally walked in 4 of those at-bats. And really 5, they were pitching away from him in the final one that he got. Anyways, though, the second to last at-bat that he got. I look at this spot, and I just don't think Gausman gives up a run in the first inning. I don't think so. Ohtani, yeah, he's good. I think Gausman, if you see what Gausman did to him in game number 2, it was dominance. Ohtani went 1 for 4, but that hit that he had was in the 8th inning, and that was was that Jeff Hoffman who was pitching to him, I think? Or was it Louis Varland? I think it was Varland, actually, who was pitching to Ohtani for that. But when Ohtani faced Gausman, he popped out twice and flied out a shallow fly out into left field the other at-bat. Mookie Betts, I mean, who's even batting in the 2 spot? Because they moved Betts to the 3. Dodgers fans want Betts to bat in the 7 or the 8. Might not be the worst call. I mean, if I'm the Dodgers, okay, I'm leading off Ohtani. I'm still batting Smith in the 2. I'm batting Freeman in the 3, and I'm batting Teo in the 4. That's what I'm doing, right? I think that gives you the best possible chance to win. And then where do you bat Betts? Guys, call me crazy. If I'm the Dodgers, I'm batting Kike in the 6 spot. Sorry, in the 5 spot. I'm batting Kike in the 5. I'm going Edman in the 6. I'm probably going Mookie in the 7, Muncy in the 8. I'm going Call in the 9 to split up the lineup a little bit. I think, yeah, honestly, you have to bat Mookie in the 7 spot right now. I mean, with the game on the line, this is going to sound so crazy, but hear me out. With the game on the line, would you rather have Tommy Edman, or the better question is, would you rather have Kike Hernandez or Mookie Betts in a game-winning situation right now? I mean, I don't want the pop-out, merchant right now, Mookie Betts. I'm taking Kike, which sounds so crazy, but it's the absolute truth. That's the hole the Dodgers are in, and we're not even going to get to the logistics of they're paying that guy so much money, and they have him under contract for so long, but there's a problem with the top of their lineup. Will they completely give up on Betts like that? No. The furthest he's going to go down the lineup is going to be 5. I think there's going to be a lot of pressure to bump him down. I believe it's going to be Ohtani, Smith, Freeman, Hernandez, and then Betts. Okay. I mean, I saw Gausman handle this lineup pretty well. I know Freeman hit the double, and Smith, obviously brought him in right after. That was with 2 outs. I think Gausman can limit that in the first inning. And just the way the Dodgers are hitting right now, I mean, legitimately, you're looking at, in the last 27 innings, you're getting 4 runs out of this team. Simply put, that's not going to cut it, especially against this lineup and the pitching that they're getting. I mean, I expect a good night tonight out of Kevin Gausman. So I think the Nerfy cash is minus 140. Full transparency, my least favorite bet of the night. Why? Because this is my favorite. Guys, the Toronto Blue Jays are winning the World Series. Yep, the Toronto Blue Jays are going to do it. For the first time since the 1990s, the Toronto Blue Jays are taking home the World Series. They are going to defeat the Los Angeles Dodgers tonight. They're going to. Legitimately, one of the biggest things I have to say about this is eventually an elite pitcher is going to crack. And it especially the lineup like this, right? It's not like Yamamoto's pitching against this is going to be a, rare, it's just going to be a random shot. It's not like he's pitching against the Cincinnati Reds again, okay? I know the Reds just kind of stray there, but you're pitching against this lineup one more time. They are not going to get shut down and set down like they did in game number 2. And I believe the Jays, they were very aggressive against Yamamoto in game 2. They swung at the first 8 pitches they saw. Take some pitches this time around. Actually have a plate approach and take a lot more of, I don't want to say completely a conservative game plan, but just see a little bit more stuff first. The quicker you chase Yamamoto out of this game, the more likely it becomes you're winning the World Series. And yeah, I mean, all hands on deck tonight for the Dodgers. That's why I do believe very good chance we see Tyler Glasnow tonight. I mean, the season's over if you can't get it, right? And we know Ohtani's probably available to pitch quite a bit, in my opinion, tomorrow night. I think he can. Also, we got to think about it. Blake Snell. Not Blake Snell, sorry. Definitely not Blake Snell. There is a chance that we get, oh my goodness. Not Blake Snell. There's a chance that we get, I guess it might be, actually, no, there's no way that we get, I was thinking, no, there's no way they get Snell. I was thinking maybe they go Blake Snell again. It would be 2.5 days off. Probably not. And obviously, yeah, no, definitely not. Okay, disregard that point. Regardless of that, though, I think there's a chance, again, you will see Glasnow tonight because there's a very good chance this game's going to be close. And I believe Ohtani's going to have enough to give them a good 5, 6, 7 innings tomorrow. Or could just see Ohtani pitch tonight. That could definitely happen too, right? Anyways, though, I think the Jays are going to get to Yamamoto, man. I see 18 innings, 2 runs allowed. If Yamamoto dominates tonight and gives them 8, 7 good innings, you're looking at all-time stuff. And you're looking at, stuff made for legends tonight out of Yoshinobu Yamamoto. And I'm not I'm not disrespecting the guy. I'm not saying he's got the potential to be a very good pitcher because he is obviously a very good pitcher. He's an all-star pitcher in this league. I just don't think he's going to have the night of legends tonight. Because we're looking at all-time postseason hero type stuff tonight. We're looking at Madison Bumgarner levels of, heroics. I know, again, Mad Bum started in Game 7, the shutout victory or the complete game victory, or no, it was a relief appearance. But regardless, I know Bumgarner pitching on short notice in Kansas City, that was a little bit different, right? And that was in a Game 7. But you're looking at all-time heroics right now if Yamamoto can go 9 innings and get them a victory. And even then, the Dodgers don't win the series, even if, they still got to play tomorrow with a matchup that I believe is actually favorable really for the Blue Jays. I know Max Scherzer's old. I like a Max Scherzer-Tyler Glasnow matchup, honestly. We've seen it before, and I know, again, that game goes into 18 innings. I think if, the Jays are a little bit smarter about their substitutions, I think they can probably win a game like that again. Regardless, I don't think it's going to get to a Game 7. I don't think we're going to need to see Max Scherzer pitch again in this World Series, and it's not it's not something like when we started the postseason, I was like, oh goodness, Max Scherzer's getting the ball in game number 4. Now it's like, okay, worst case the series does reach a 7th game. All right, let's go, Mad Max. He's won a Game 7 before in 2019. Pretty confident he can do it again. I don't think it's going to get to that point. And sure, would that be cinema to see a 41-year-old Max Scherzer try to win his 3rd World Series in a Game 7? Yeah, that'd actually be pretty cool. I hope it doesn't happen, though. As much as I want to see that, I think it's over tonight. I really think so. I think Gausman's going to give them a great night, but my biggest concern with the Dodgers, and the reason I'm taking the Jays, is how many times in a row can Yamamoto be that excellent? I mean, eventually someone's going to beat you. Eventually you're going to blow up. Eventually you're going to implode. The Jays have just seen Yamamoto way too many times. And, okay, pitching 9 innings and giving your team a complete game is spectacular. It's amazing. It's one of the best things. Oh, no, it is the best thing a starting pitcher can do other than, pitch a no-hitter or a complete game shutout, right? There's not many better things a pitcher can do. The fact of the matter is, though, the Jays, that lineup has already seen Yamamoto so many times. Because, Guerrero's seen him 4 times, Springer's seen him 4 times, Lucas has seen him 4 times, Kirk's seen him 4 times, Varsho has. That entire lineup has already gone around the Yamamoto wheel multiple times. They know what to expect. It's not like, okay, first time around, we haven't seen this guy all year long, and it's danger. You've had multiple days to sit on this. You've seen different pitching stints. You've gotten multiple analytical breakdowns on how to beat this guy. You've seen the other elite aces the Los Angeles Dodgers have. And now Yamamoto, again, he's good, but it's nothing you haven't seen before now. Now the Jays, again, this is a very cliched baseball term, like, oh, you take a couple strikes, you've seen him a couple times, now you're ready. Legitimately, though, the Jays are ready for it this time around. There is no fear of the unknown. Hell, there is no unknown in general anymore about Yamamoto because they've already seen him. And like we saw with Blake Snell, there's no getting by this lineup. They are dominant. They are. You get the way this team's hitting right now, the fact that Springer's going to be back tonight, probably in the leadoff spot, the way Guerrero's continuing to hit the ball, the way Bichette's starting to hit the ball now, Kirk's been great, Varsho's been amazing, Barger, Clement, hell, the 1 weak spot I'd say is probably IKF, I guess, but there is going to be no IKF tonight, probably not, right? Wait, because Bichette's going to go to yeah, there's going to be no IKF tonight. There you go. Springer's going to be DHing. Bichette's going to be playing second. Yeah, IKF's not going to be in the lineup. That's the one weak spot. Jimenez hasn't hit particularly well in the World Series. Obviously, he had an amazing American League Championship Series, especially up in Seattle, Washington. But there's no easy out in the lineup anymore. And obviously, that's the hole that Jays dug themselves into in Game 3 when they took out Bichette, when they obviously pinch ran for Alejandro Kirk. So Heineman's hitting, and it's just like, who are these bench guys continuing to hit? We got to watch Miles Straw at bats in the 16th inning, whatever. Right now, there's no easy outs on this lineup, especially with Springer coming back. You are in hell every single at-bat, and the Jays can taste the World Series now. It's a team playing with the utmost confidence. The bullpen has been nails, man. It has. That entire extra innings, except for the 18th inning, complete nails. Seranthony Dominguez and Jeff Hoffman come in for the 8th and the 9th innings. In game number 5 against the Dodgers, they're completely locked down, shut down. And with the Dodgers, too, it's like that bullpen is still a factor. You still don't love what's coming out of that pen right now. And yet maybe we see a Glasnow appearance, maybe we see an Ohtani appearance. I'm telling you, this is going to be Yamamoto's worst start since the Phillies game. The Jays will jump on him. I think it's going to take him, again, like I said, this is why I picked the Nerfy. I think it's going to take a time around the order. I think it's going to. But when similar to that NLCS game where Schwarber finally got a hold of Yamamoto, that's what's going to happen here. Somebody's going to get a hold of Yoshinobu. I think it's going to be Guerrero, like Schwarber was for the Phils in Game 3 in Los Angeles. Someone's just got to get a hold of Yoshinobu Yamamoto here in Game 6, and then it's all going to start to unravel, and the party will get started early tonight for the Jays. Dodgers lineup right now is just too bad in my opinion. It can't hit. They can't hit. If you can limit Ohtani, everything else around him crumbles. And that's exactly what Kevin Gausman's going to be tasked with doing tonight, and I believe he will do that. The rest of the lineup, Kike, sure. I guess they're going to, if I had to assume, they're going to start Alex Call over Paz, and they should. Paz is horrible. Real quickly, it's being talked about that Ohtani's available at the outfield in Game 7, not for Game 6. I did think that was an interesting thing that Dave Roberts put out there, that Ohtani could play the outfield for potential Game 7. What does that really do? It would allow Ohtani to play in the corners, and it would keep Kike out of center field, essentially. So what it would do, well, no, but Ohtani plays center. Ohtani's got to play the corners. So actually, I don't know what that would do and why that would benefit them that much more. They don't have a bench bat that's so much better that they want in the lineup. Yeah, actually, I don't understand what he meant by that. Because it's not like, we want Edman in the infield now, there's not a guy they want in the lineup who's DHing to DH. Do they want Teoscar to DH? Maybe because of that triple. I don't think it's too smart to play Ohtani in the outfield after not playing it literally since he was an Angel. But, that would be, look at the Ohtani magic. Oh, Joe Davis. Oh, look at Ohtani. Whatever, okay? That's Game 7. If we get to that again, I'll see you early tomorrow morning for that. But I think it's over tonight, man. On Halloween 2025, the Toronto Blue Jays will be the 2025 World Series champions. If it doesn't happen again, I will see you guys tomorrow. We'll be in a different setup, most likely tomorrow morning. So just excuse me in advance for that. I think I'll probably be in a different setup tomorrow morning. Maybe not. But anyways, if we are back tomorrow, I'll see you guys tomorrow for our Game 7 World Series best bets. If not, folks, thank you guys for watching every single day here. We did every single day of the MLB season from opening day onwards. Again, a lot of Washington Nationals discussion, a lot of hating on the New York Metropolitans, and a lot of obviously postseason baseball as well. So I want to thank you guys for watching every single day. If this is the last time here for the MLB in 2025, we will be back opening day, March 30th, March 29th. 2026 opening day. I think it's March 29th, 2026. We'll be back for opening day best bets for the MLB. In the meanwhile, again, college football, NFL still weekly on the channel, and of course every single day on the channel. Going forward, 5 a.m. Pacific starting Monday will be daily college basketball best bets, and 7 a.m. Pacific going forward, NBA best bets. Again, that's all starting Monday. On Sunday, I guess, we'll still have 5 a.m. for the NBA. So, folks, again, thank y'all for watching. Make sure to hit that subscribe button down below for more. Make sure you like if you didn't enjoy the video. Make sure to comment if you do disagree with the picks. Thank you guys for all the support all year long. If this is it, I'll see you guys opening day 2026 next year. Go Nationals! And again, we'll see if the Jays can get it done tonight. If not, I'll see you guys tomorrow night. Folks, thank y'all for watching, and Mamba forever.